Hello everybody, my name is Birgit. I'm living in Germany and I'm a psychologist working with people with disabilities and special needs and the staff that's taking care of them. I'm 60 years old and I would like to talk about the sessions and the experiences I've made with Malcolm Nair. And the reason I was contacting Malcolm and wanted to get some sessions with him was a very, old problem that I was carrying around with me for quite some years. It started like 11 years ago when my marriage broke up and I got a divorce, and that left me with a feeling of sadness, loss, sure, but also a big amount of guilt. Guilt that I could not turn this around, that I could not save the marriage, that my former husband was very, very sad. He did not want to get the divorce, so I felt like I let him down. I was guilty. I felt very, very guilty. And this feeling of guilt just didn't subside anymore. Sometimes it was a bit better, sometimes worse. I was permanently thinking about what I did, and I tried to figure out how it came to that point and acted differently, could have made better choices. And I was reminiscent and always thinking and rethinking. And I didn't get out of this cycle of thoughts, problems, and thinking and rethinking. And it was just a heavy burden that would not go away. And I got more and more concerned, mainly since I could not sleep very well anymore. And same time, I have been very interested in near-death experiences from the moment you could get a hold of them. Like 20 years ago, you heard nothing of these things, and I did not come across Moody's book, Life After Life. But all of a sudden, they were like popping up everywhere. For me, that was great. It was wonderful. I loved to listen and watch these videos on YouTube and go on podcasts, and I bought books on the topic. And this concept or this idea, these reports, this what people experienced, that was a big solace to me, because there was all of a sudden a lot of things made more sense, and this feeling that this could not have been all what happens here. This feeling was justified. It was I felt, oh, this was the right feeling. I just could not explain what I felt the entire time. So, but even with that knowledge, I was not really able to help myself getting out of this guilt trip. And I was at the point that I told myself, well, you're not going to live that much longer. You're already 60 years old, and it's not going to take that much time till you till you leave Earth and go to heaven. And there was this hope, and at the same time this worry that how will they judge you over there. But the more I listened to these near-death experiences, the more I became confident that over there they won't judge you, and there's probably really no hell, and they'll forgive you. And when I heard the near-death experience, when I listened to what Malcolm said about his experience, this touched me very much. And I thought, well, he's really been through so much, and he worked himself out of this. It seemed incredible. This seemed to me superhuman to accomplish this. And then I thought, well, yeah, to get in contact with this love, with source, and experience all this unconditional love and forgiveness, and this yeah, that this must have been so great, that this gives you a lot of strength. And I felt like maybe he would be able to help me with my feelings of guilt and not living up to how what I should, and yeah, with the kids and all my worries and everything. So I contacted him, and we started with sessions, and now I had like 4 or 5 sessions with Malcolm. And in the beginning it was an unusual approach. He made me listen to podcasts and write things down, and change routines in the morning and at night. And and he was very directing us, and he was very self-assured, and told me, yeah, you have to, and you have to this. And I was like, oh, really? And but he knew what he was doing, and he communicated that he knew what he was doing. And so I said, yeah, okay, I go with it, and it's a chance, and see what happens. And so I did these exercises, and we had the talks on Zoom, and yeah, I felt like he understood me. First I had a bit doubt, because I thought, he went through so much, how can he understand my petty worries compared to what he went through? And from the first second on, I felt that he can relate, and he does not judge in this respect. Yeah, like he knows, and he feels with me, and he worked right away very, very straightforward with me. And I felt understood, and I felt like he took me seriously, and that was important for me. So sure. So I was working with him, and I did these exercises, and there was one imagination exercise, and I think this was really a turning point for me, because at that point I understood that I am a soul having an experience on earth. And this, I knew this before, but I knew it more in my head, and then it got in my heart, and I realized this is how it is. And this changed my perspective. This changed the perspective on what I experienced, the perspective on my feelings of guilt and worry. And all of a sudden it made sense, and I felt like I can forgive myself, and this was not a big effort, it came naturally. It was logical to forgive myself too, as I forgive others, and that what I did can happen when you live your life. And also I understood the concept of creating my own destiny through my thoughts and feelings, and I have to watch out what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling about things and what I'm telling myself. And I have to really take care of my feelings, my thoughts, and what I'm doing now, and how I feel about myself, and the actions I take now, and the attitude and the understanding of how it's all connected. This will make a difference in the future. And I got the point that I have to watch out that I don't recreate the entire time situations that are not good for me, because I'm always thinking about them. So I really started to put one and one together, and a lot of the things that I had theoretically understood before, through my studies, through the videos, through all of this, that all of a sudden made sense to me, and I understood it on a much deeper level. So I'm in the process, and there will be more sessions to come, but I'm very much looking forward to. And it's great to feel this relief, and to be able to sleep again, and to step out of this cycle of permanent worries and self-blame. And this happened very fast, and I'm very thankful for this. Yeah, and that was it. Thank you to Malcolm at this point, and thank you for listening. Bye.